Welcome, good evening, ladies and gents, traders. My name is Jan Robert Schutte of Crypto Academy and Money to Work. And Alois Matthijssen is the godfather of Money to Work trading system. This is a session, especially in English, because we have also a vast audience who is speaking English. So if you would like to type in questions, you can do that in the chat as well. At the bottom line. I think Ruth is typing. Good evening. Very good sound. Thank you. Alois, are you in the house?
Yes, I am. Thank
Thank
you.
you. Thank you. Thank you. I would like to introduce ourselves. And this was back in the 80s, 90s with the Open Outcry Amsterdam, obviously in a future exchange, where I started my career and where I bumped on the body of Alois Matthijssen. And Alois has been also trading for many years. Back in late 80s, I think, during 1986. I don't know if Alois was causing the crash of 86, but I know that Alois was in the middle of the crash. Is it correct, Alois?
Yeah, I started at the end of 1986. And in 1987, that was my first full year. And I experienced the first crash after the Second World War.
Yes. And what was the first lesson you learned at that time? Or the most important lesson?
Always keep your risk well in your eyes. That was my, that was the reason that I was making money.
Yeah, that is true. And it is also all about money making, of course, with the system and with the trading system of Alois. We will talk about it later, but that is also always approach the market humble and mitigate risk. Of course, you have to take risk because if you don't take risk, you cannot gain. But if you manage the risk well, the return will follow. Actually, I don't know if Alois also, if you remember that that era of 1990s, it was with the trading jackets. We were shouting with Amsterdam English, buy and sell, buy and sold in the options floor, and this was I think the pit of AEX or Philips, and there was also an open outcry floor trading in futures in the FTI, and well, nowadays we are trading like this. Actually, you don't need 36 screens. Actually, what you do need to make money on a consistent basis, that is a sound, good trading system with clear buy and sell signals. And the experience of Alois was that he was taking look for a system where on which he could rely on, and not only to screen the market very thoroughly, but not for 24 hours per day, because that is very exhausting. And what Alois did with his experience, he hired a programmer and he said, I would like to have a momentum strategy with clear buy and sell signals, and also with alarms when to enter the market and to exit the market. That is very good, of course, but I have to maybe give a little profit warning, because although this system is generating nice buy and sell signals, it doesn't generate buy signals on the bottom and also not sell signals on the top. But what it does provide is clear buy and sell signals based on momentum. After this very short introduction of about 15-20 minutes, I would like to hand over the mic to Alois. He would like also to introduce himself, and he will run through the system, also with his thoughts, and also how you can interpret the signals and how to use the system. Afterwards, I would like to um, provide you some more details about the system and what you can expect. And after that, we would like to conclude this session with some live trading possibilities, if there are any signals, and also would like to take up some questions of you. Of course, feel free to put in some questions in the chat, and if not, you can keep it to the end. I see on the presentation actually the introduction. It's a little bit mixed of Alois and mine, and our core business is proprietary trading, and that means that we are trading on own account and own risk, and we have a background as market makers and traders, as well as options, but also shares and futures. And we started as option traders on the European Option Exchange. And Alois moved on later to become CEO of trading companies, and he was managing more than 27 traders at the time. And he has more than 30 years trading experience. I have a little bit less trading experience, 25 years in total, but in total we have more than 55 years of trading experience, and we'd like to hand it over to you guys. And the thing is that we are no salesmen of systems, and what we are doing actually, we are trading the system of money to work with good results, and we'd like to yeah, explore the possibilities also to you if it can be helpful for your trading. And the thing is then, apart from um, apart from mitigate risk and to manage risk, that the returns will become um, in future on a consistent basis. Also to have progress and make progress is by perseverance and mitigate and manage risk. And of course, stay healthy and grow older with experience. It's very important. Um, it is very important to keep it simple. Alois has put this chart many times, and the thing is that, like Johan Cruyff is also saying, to play simple football is very simple, but it's not easy. It's quite difficult. The thing is that you have to have a good oversight of the market and which way is a market trending. There are basically three types of trends. There's an uptrend. You can see it on the left side when the chart is going moving from the left corner bottom line to right corner. There's an uptrend with higher highs and higher lows. And after that, you see the sideways trending market or consolidation pattern in the trading range. That means that uh, the tops are at the same level, more or less the same level, and also the valleys, the bottoms are also on the same level, horizontal levels, and it's a trading range defined. Once what also is happening is once the market is turning over and rolling over, and it's piercing through the low of the trading range. Most of the time, when the breakthrough is going through, then there's a trend reversal, and there you see there's a downtrend. That means that the highs will not surpass the previous high, hence we got lower highs and also worse, lower lows. That means that the bears are taking control of the market. Is there any question about this simplified chart? And this is very important to understand. We will run through some charts later on this evening, and but this is the main thing what you need to know in the market. Don't make it too complicated. If you position yourself into the right momentum of the market, and of course, when it's an uptrend, you have to operate from the long side, so that you are taking up positions from the long, that you are making money when the market is rising. In a trading range, it is most of the time difficult to trade. Albeit you can also trade in sideways trends, but the most money has been being made in downtrends or uptrends. And in a downtrend, you have to position yourself from the short side. And the thing is that when you're going long in the market, it means you buy an underlying asset like the DAX, for instance, at 13,000. When you're going long and you sell it on 13,010, you gain 10 points. But you can also do the do it reversed. So you sell first at 13,010 and buy it back at 13,000. Means 10 points difference, and that is for the sake of being consistent also with the terminology. You have in English it's long to profit from uptrending markets, and short when you're profiting from downtrending markets. Very important to understand that. The thing is that the prerequisites for trading success, that is, you have to be emotionally stable, you have to have a good self-control and be disciplined. On a mentally state, also you have to be stable, positive, to be as objective as possible in the market. Of course, there's always a little bit subjectivity, but you have also to be realistic. And most important, be critical and always challenge yourself. Always try to improve yourself. And it is a continuous progress of improvements, Kani, and it's a constant and never-ending improvements. And you have to adapt to changes. You have to adapt changes of the markets and avoid to have dollar or euro signs in your eyes or crypto signs. Um, and because greed, although uh, the Wall Street guy Michael Douglas said greed is good. Greed in this case is not good because when greed and fear is taking over your emotional state, then it's very difficult to make money, and it's more luck because when greed is too much and also fear is too much, you cannot think clearly, and that is the thing always you have to avoid. But the thing is that you have to be and stay always passionate in the market with everything what you do, and you have to be focused 100%. And also you have to have a fight plan. You have to have a very sound trading plan. You have to know, of course, when to exit, when to enter the market, when to exit the market, and always take a look at your position size. How much money are you willing to put on stake, and how much risk are you willing to take? And that is very nice in this money to work system, a trading system. That is that you can always put first the amount of points you want to make. That is the take profit side. Also, when you have to exit the market with a stop loss, also you can put it in a trade dashboard. And also the position size you can also put in the system yourself. And the thing is that you have to be consistent with yourself and also be comfortable with what you are doing. And my experience is when you are trading, for instance, when you want to start with €1,000 on the CFD brokerage account of Admiral Markets, for instance, then you can put, for instance, with leverage 1 to 30, it's quite high to the limit, but then you can, for instance, trade 2 DAX CFDs, and that means that you are trading €2 per point movement. And the thing is that the DAX is moving during the day easily 100 points. So that means that if you take these 100 points, it's €200 up and down. But most of the time we are working with stop loss and take profits of 15 points, if I'm right. And the thing is that for trading success, maybe, of course, this is not an exhaustive and extensive list. Maybe you have also other points which we can put also. What do you think of trading success? What do you need more apart from these points I've mentioned? I know that Reed is always very sharp. Maybe you can put it in the chat. Or maybe not. Let's take a look if there's another point being made. But the thing is that about the perseverance, you have always to be consistently making money, but also if you're not succeeding directly in the beginning, trading is not easy. And that is true. But the thing is that most of the time we have coached more than 1,000 people already. And what we've noticed, the people who are successful is the man in the lower part of the chart. The upper side, there is a man hunting with an axe, and he is aiming for the diamonds on the right side. But the thing is, what happens, maybe you can also recognize yourself. You take a course or a free course. You try something, and you have indeed to invest some time, Ruud. Exactly. You have to invest some time. You have to invest some money in good tools. But most of the people not you, but most of the people I notice, they want to have everything for free. Nothing is for free. You have to invest something because there's no such thing as a free lunch. You have to invest in yourself, in money, and also in time. But the thing is that most of people, and there's some people who are not successful, they're jumping from one seminar to one other seminar, or they try a very cheap or an expensive trading package, a system. They don't succeed, but then later they jump to another one and not to be consistent. But the guy below, um, sorry, I mixed it up. The guy below, you can see on the upside, you see the guy with an X aiming for diamonds, and he has this very eagle eye focus in his eye. But the down, there is a guy who is giving up at the end, and this is a losing guy, like most some traders who are jumping from one seminar to the other. And what happens? They invest quite a lot of time, and they are disappointed, and they are not stable enough, and they say, "Okay, I don't succeed. I quit." What happens? He is backing off, and just 1 inch, a couple of inches, digging further, and he could take the diamonds. But at the end, I'm sure that the little guy on the upside, he will succeed at the end. Of course, the thing is that there's a little trick here. This is a kind of psychology test from the traders group. I think that Alois mentioned also before. And the thing is that we are also programmed to see some things. And what do you see actually? Can someone type in what they are seeing? It is very easy what is there, of course, but I'm very curious what you are seeing yourself. Who can give it a shot? Some guys say, okay, I see a table with two glasses in one line. It's possible. What else? Okay, I will not keep you in anxiety. Most of the people say, I see a face, a kind of face with a flat line of mouth. But the thing is, reality is, what you basically are seeing is a round circle, big one, smaller circles, two little ones, in one straight line. And that is the point. And what do you think I am trying to say with this chart or with these figures? What do you think? Yeah, the thing is that what I'm saying is that you want to see what you see what you want to see in the market. There's always the problem of tunnel vision. The thing is that if you are focused, and when you are focused on the market and you have, for instance, a long position, you bought something, what do you want to see? You want to see the market rising. And if you are also a kind of bullish person, you only want to see um, buying opportunities. And the thing is that to avoid tunnel vision, you have to be as much as objective as possible. There's one little story. Back in the 90s, I was trading options as well, and there was always a guy. He was short Unilever, and he was a market maker. I don't know how he made money, but he was always short and negative. And the thing is that I said, "Yeah, why are you negative?" He could not say it. He said, "I did not. I don't like Unilever. I don't like it. It's always too expensive." So that guy was definitely um, yeah, caught into a tunnel vision. And the thing is that I said also to him, I think that there was something wrong with your birth, that you were biased with Unilever being short all the time. But the thing, you have to be objective. Would like to give you some insights about the power of compounding. And that means that suppose you're starting with a starting trading capital of €1,000, and your target is, for instance, 0.5% per day. With leverage of 20. So 1 to 20, that means that you can take up a size of 20,000, and you only need 3 pips per day. And 3 pips, 1 pip is 4 0 behind the point, and that is a kind of minimum um, tick size of forex. In the early days, it was only 4 pips of a 1 pip, but now there's also half pip. It's possible. But the thing is that suppose you are trading with €1,000, you can make it with this target of 3 pips per day. There you can take the 1,000 to and whopping capital of €2,684, and that is in one trading day. And I also know that Alois had also a very nice saying, and he said 3 pips per day keeps the deurwaarder away. The deurwaarder is a thing in English, I think, a debt collector. But yeah, that is so true. If you are consistently trading on a good basis, then you can earn some money. Most of the time, people say, how much can you make money with the market? Then I would like to take you uh, to some numbers. If it's good, you can see the profit table of the DAX points. The DAX is the German DAX index. This is a basket of 30 main stocks of Germany. And here you see this is very nice. Last year in 2019, you can see this cumulative points of 1842. And I was speaking with Alois recently, and he said year to date already, you could rake in 1,856 points. So that is very sweet, of course. And that means when you are trading 10 contracts, that means that you could take home more than 18,560 euros. So that is quite a nice score, of course. This is actually this is a table from the points you can generate in the German DAX in the early sessions of the trading from 9 o'clock in the morning to more or less 10:30. This is also my experience. The DAX is very good tradable in the morning. Of course, it's not easy, and as you can see, the table there's also every line that is 1 week, and it starts with 10-1. That means that after 1 week, it was 104 points. Then next week was 16. The other one was -8, I think. But then it is very important to notice that there is a kind of yellow area, and that is 104 points in the week of 6th of March. 13th of March was more than 200 points. 20th of March, it was more than 168. Can someone explain what happened at that time? What was very peculiar? This was an interesting point. At that time, there was COVID-19 kicking in. There was the market was crashing due to Corona, and we also know this crash like the Corona crash. But if you are trading very good with the DAX system based on the money to work signals, then you could rake in year to date more than 856 points. That's quite sweet, I think. So the question is, how much money can you make with trading? Of course, it depends of the trading capital you are putting in, but and suppose last year, it was 2019, suppose you are trading with 10 CFDs on a German DAX index, that means um, €1 per point is for one CFD contract. Hence, with 10 CFDs, it's €10 per point. I showed in a table before, there was 1,842 DAX points times 10, more than 18,420 euros profit. And with a leverage of 1 of 30, 1 to 30, the required capital is approximately 4,480 euros. And the ROI, so the return of investment on investment with trade 10,000 euro trading capital, is then 184%. Yeah, I think yeah, 184%. That's quite good, of course. And as you can see, with when you are based when you're basing that on the margin, is much more. But of course, you are a very good trader. You're a real BSD if you already achieve 30% to 50% of these results. I would like to show you some charts before I'm handing over the mic to Alois. This is in German. This is not English, actually. Don't panic. You see the line, the yellow line, the bottom line, that is the 2019 results, the cumulative, no, the cumulative points, I think. It's Jahresperformance or the performance of the system. And it went to, yeah, that one went to more or less 1018 and, sorry, 18,000, sorry, 1800, more than 1800 points in 2019. In 2018 was the year before, there was a little bit higher, but you can see that 2020, the chart is moving up towards 1400, was already achieved in the mid 25th of the calendar weeks, and now it's yeah, the total return of points already is has surpassed the trading points of 2019. So that's very sweet. The thing is also, if you put the performance versus the DAX, then you see the yellow line is very consistent. Of course, a little bit down sometimes, but the thing is, when you are exposed to the DAX index long only, then you can see also the big crash in March. It was a Corona crash. Then you could also have a drop of 25-30% of your capital. And the thing with this system, it's almost impossible to have this kind of performance, because it's very important to mitigate the risk of course. And before I would like to hand over the mic to Alois, you are also having some access to WhatsApp groups. We have two trading groups, or for instance, Money to Work with technical support, and also the trader group. And Alois, if I can make yourself comfortable explaining the system, maybe someone has a question, you can type in some questions, and we'd like to hand over the mic for a second to Alois.
Yeah, thank you, Jan Robert. Good evening, everybody. Welcome to the webinar of Money to Work. I will explain in short here my system. And when I started to make this system, it was about 2013. It took me about 2 years to develop the system. And the only goal what I had was, and with my programmer, that I was looking for the momentum in the market. That is for me very important. When you know whether the momentum is going up or going down, then you have already solved 75% of your problems. So what you see here, the big chart, that is the 1 minute. This is MetaTrader 4, MetaTrader 4. The M1, that's the 1 minute chart here. On the right upper side, you see a 5 minute chart. And on the bottom, you see the 15-minute chart. And I use the 15-minute chart only for the big ID. Where are we now in comparison to some hours ago or yesterday? What we have programmed here automatically, that are the pivot points. You see here PP, that's pivot point. Then you have resistance 1, 2, and 3. And to the downside, you have support 1, 2, and 3. That's based on the data of yesterday. What we made additional, that is here, what you see here, the yellow line, the day O, that is daily open. That is in this case the openings price of the DAX. Yesterday low, that is the red one here, and here the blue one was yesterday high. So we know from our experience that most of the time those levels can be support or resistance. And it's very good to know when they are in this region where you can expect resistance or support to stop trading, because it's better to wait till you can see what kind direction of the market will choose.
Yeah, the thing is very interesting, Alois, and because you say that the daily open will be drawn directly when the market opens, and the
Hmm.
pivot point is always after market close yesterday. It will be put in the chart before the opening. And the thing is that today we saw a huge drop in the DAX index, yeah? And then the S2 support too, I think.
Yeah.
And you could see that there was a support beforehand, so you can position yourself. Also, you can know where the turning points will be, and that's
Yeah.
very important. And then you can see that here was very good evidence that this worked.
Yeah, and what I always do is when I see that we reach, like here, this support on S2, then I'll wait and I'll look to my 1 minute and 5 minute chart, what will happen. Because when there is a turnaround in the market, you first will see that in 1 minute, then in 5 minutes and 15 minutes. But therefore, you can manage that better in the 5 minute chart.
Yes. Okay. Thank you.
This is the 5 minute chart. For people who are not so experienced traders, I always advise take the 1 minute and the 5 minute together, and because the quality of your trades will increase. Not the number of trades, but the quality of your trades will most of the time increase. What you see here, this is a kind of moving average. We called it the PMA. That's propriety moving average. That's a moving average we made ourselves. And I use it only for the color. When the color is blue, that means that momentum is going up. When it is orange, it means that momentum is going down. You see also the arrows here. You can adjust most of the things you can adjust, but my normal settings are that the arrows have the same color as the propriety moving average. What you see here, we know always, the market will make a bottom, and we also know when it goes up, there will be a top in the chart. But the problem is we don't know when it will get a bottom or when it will have a top in the market. So what we try, and that's my experience from my floor trading, we try to go as fast as possible into a market when there is a turning point. But the problem is when you go too fast into the market, you have a lot of losing trades. When you wait too long, then you're going after the market, and that's also not good. So somewhere there between you have to trade, and that's the experience that we got on the floor with floor trading. You see here the 1 minute chart. It's about the same system, only the settings are a bit different. You see here also again the blue one. Here you see the orange line, the arrows. But what I have here in the downside at the bottom here of this chart, that's an indicator, and it's modified MACD, and when there are dots like here, red dots, or like here green dots, it's better not to trade, because that means that when you see those dots, it will mean that the momentum will be less at that moment. So here on the downside, when you have green dots, you can't see that here in the market on the chart. But this says the downside momentum will be less than before. So there is a risk that the market can change, can go to the upside. Like this, for instance, this one here, this sell arrow here, you see there's a dot, so that says you don't have to trade. Then you wait till it goes through the zero line here, and when this will become green, then you can trade long. When this will be red, you trade short.
Yeah, you can see also in the turning point, you are almost at the bottom, and that is very good example because the first or the second arrow, the blue one, you have to take or you can take the long trade, and was a perfect signal because there is a green area, the MACD is
Yeah.
green, and also no dots. So it was an
Yeah,
excellent trade.
yeah. No, this one
No,
here, here's a dot, huh?
yeah, no, that
Yeah.
not, but the
So
second
the
arrow.
next one. Yeah. Okay.
Yes.
Yes. This one. This is also when you a basic pro trader is always waiting for this kind of situation. When it goes up, you have a pull back here, and when it goes up again, then it's best time to go to enter the market. So that is here in this case the second arrow. So then you go here and with the DAX, at the moment that has to do with the volatility of the market. I start with the high, that's 41 in this case. I add 5 points to it, so on 46, my order will be about here. So you see, this is the first minute after that signal. In the second minute, my order will be triggered here, and then you have here already almost 10 points, and here it's more than 17 points. So it was very easy here to have 10, 12 points. So, and that's again here. Here you have the next trade. It will be supported here, confirmed by my indicator. I'll go to the top here. That is 60, so that will be 65. That's about here. So here it will be, my order is triggered. It goes a bit back, goes up, and then we have here, we have about 3 points. Now, normally, when I have in the DAX for about 5 points as a gain, then I pull my stop loss to break even. In this case, probably I didn't do that, but normally when I see this here, then I take here my stop loss a bit earlier in, because you can see here already that the upside momentum will be less at this moment. So when that happens, then your risk will be greater. Your risk will increase, and that is what I didn't want. I don't want to increase my risk. I want as less risk as possible. So here you can stop your order at break even. Then you go here, the next one, you see it's still a red dot here. That means don't do this trade. Here, this one is okay. It's here in the indicator, it will be confirmed. We look to the high of this candle. That's 75, so that will be 80. It's about here. And here we go again, enter the market. And here we are about 6 points. So here we have time enough to pull the stop loss to break even. And when you didn't took your profit here, then you will be stopped out here. That's very important. When you want to make money, you must enter the market. But the trick is do it with as less risk as possible. And that's the reason that I'm always looking for the momentum in the market.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
Here, this one, this top is 81, so 86. You see, that's about here. This one is not triggered. I have two reasons for that I take about 5 points for a long trade of the top of the signal candle. That's first. I think give the market a bit room to move. And second, when it makes this 5 points, I suppose it gives more momentum in the market. So you have a better chance that it will go higher. Then the market is turning here. You see here we have a short signal. No, that's okay. It's here. You see it's confirmed in the indicator. Then we look to the low here. That's 68. So that will be 65. 68 minus 5.
Yeah, 63. Yeah.
Yeah, here.
Mm-hmm.
1,
Will
2,
it be triggered?
3, 4, 5.
Mm-hmm.
Now, what is the low of this one? 63.05. So we are not triggered here. So this was a bit luck also, but we are not triggered, so we have no problem.
Yeah, but also when you put a buy stop or a sell stop order, you normally take 5 bars at the max.
Yeah, when I'll show you. Yeah, for instance, this one.
Yeah, there is now.
Yeah, when I
Mhm.
put my order somewhere, I wait at the maximum in the 1 minute for 5 minutes. When that order is not triggered after 5 minutes, I cancel my order. Because I'm very close, I trade very close to the market on the 1 minute chart. So it must happen also very fast. And that's the reason that I cancel after 5 minutes my trade when it's not triggered. Now I'll show you here the management, the order management, those buttons here. You see BM, SM, that means buy market and sell market. So when you push these ones, then you trade on the market price, which is now here in the market. BS and SS, that means a buy stop and sell stop. I'll show you here. You can adjust that yourself. Here's 150, but that means 15 points. Take profit for the DAX at the moment, a stop loss of 15 points, and a stop room of 5 points. And that is what I just explained when I take a trade, the 5 points above that. But the difference is that when you push this one or that one, the sell stop, then the system looks to the actual price and it counts, it adds 5 points or it is less 5 points. So the moment on which you push this button, that means also that you put your order somewhere 5 points from this price. Here you have your lot size. You can adjust that. That depends on how much money you have on your account, how big you want to trade. What you can do in the forex market, when you change this to 0, and for instance we make from this 0.5, then the system will calculate your position. And that means that when you use this one in the Forex, when you stopped out, let's say at 15 pips, then you will lose not more than about 0.5% of your account. So you can easily adjust here your position, which you can what you can afford to win or to lose. So when your account increases, your position will increase automatically. And that's why this is really the real money management system. I can show you that later on, maybe in the Forex market. Now I'll show you one trade. We have not a real signal at this moment. You see, it's real time. Now it's here. You have to wait. Here, this one. Yeah, okay, it's still there. And now I can click the. And sometimes what I do, I put it a bit here, and then I'll look for the candle here. And the low of this candle is 90. So on 85 has to there must be my. That's about. Yeah, about here. This is the right place for my order. So you think maybe it's a very big distance, but that has to do with the chart. When I'll, you see, so it becomes a bit smaller.
But if I'm understanding it correctly, Alois, what you would like to see is that you have a sell signal maybe in the 1 minute, but on the 5 minutes, you would also like to see the line PMA line turning orange as well, eh?
Yes,
For
exactly.
more confirmation. So
Yeah.
it's a little high risk trade, this one.
Yeah, you're right. I normally trade about the 1 minute and the 50 minute. But what I before said, when you are not so experienced, then better you trade it in combination with the 5 minute. When you see here the PMA, the proprietary moving average, is blue here. So that it's really horizontal. So that means that the buyers and the sellers are in control at this moment. But maybe it can go up again. So we have here on the 1 minute already an orange PMA. So that means when I go short here, and this in the 5 minute it's still blue, I have more risk. When they have both the same color, then your risk is less. But it is, of course, possible when the market is turning now here, it starts here in the 1 minute, and after it becomes here orange. But that's what you never know. But most of the time, it's better when they have both the same color of PMA. You see, and this one, this is the first minute, the second minute, the third minute, and when 5 candles are here, and my order is still not triggered, I cancel it, and it's very easily. You push here the stop button, and then it's gone. When I do here a market order, for instance, now you see the green line here. That's the entry. You see here. This is my target profit, and my stop loss is here. When your order is working, you can adjust your stop loss with these 2 buttons. The green one, stop loss, then it goes 1 point higher. When you use this one, in this case, it goes lower. So it's easy to adjust your stop loss. It's also still possible by hand to do. And when you say, okay, now I don't trust the market, then you put the stop button.
Yeah, the thing is that you see the 0.3, that is points.
Yeah, this is not in money. This is in points here.
So if you have, and if you have 10 contracts, that means that you have to multiply that figure by 10. So that means €6 minus or 3 And if you put €1 per point, then it's just 0.6.
Yeah, but my advice is never think in money. Always think in points. The best traders don't think in money. They always look for points because that affects less your emotions.
Is it like poker as well? They have also poker chips, huh? They don't calculate money, just chips.
Yeah. So it's very. This is very. We made this special because the standard layout for order management in MetaTrader 4 is not so good. Okay, when you say okay, I want this, I want
Yeah.
this. No, you click on stop, and then you see here. This was the entry here. I'll zoom a bit in. This was the entry, and here was the exit. Now you see. When it goes a bit up, then we see here on the downside in the indicator a green ball. But you see now it's gone, and that means that it's around, let's say, zero. It's just around the turning point. And when these two lines cross each other, then we get a green point. And the same what we had here, when these lines cross, then you get the points here. So this is very comfortable because you have the feeling that you can easily control what you are doing. And it doesn't make any difference what kind of product you want to trade, because the system doesn't look to the product, but it only looks to the momentum, the volatility in the market. So what you need for to trade is volatility and at least also as much as volume. Because when you have much volume, your spread becomes tighter. I can show you some. We can go to, let's say, the British pound dollar. No, the only way is down. You see it here also in the 5 minute. Here in the 15 minute. You saw here a breakout, big one in the pound dollar. It was yesterday. Today we get a pullback. And what it will give tomorrow, we don't know. But you see here a lot of arrows. You can adjust that. That's very easy. And you go here to TSSystem, edit. Here you can adjust a lot. For instance, when you say, okay, I don't want so much arrows, then you can change here this candle color to false. And now you have less candles, arrows.
Okay.
So you can adjust the system also a bit on the way you want. When you start with the system, you get the settings, which I also use. But when you want to adjust it, it's no problem. You see, the system is again the same. This one, this orange arrow is not confirmed here. That one also not. This one is confirmed, you see. And here we go, the low, it's 130.82. And in the Forex market, I don't take 5 points or 5 pips, but only 2. So here becomes my order 30.80. Even kijken, zeg ik. Low is
2 pips, 10 pips and 2 pips, okay?
Yeah. 80, this one here. So again, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, it's not triggered. I cancel my order. Then I go to the next arrow. I take this one. That one is also confirmed here. So it's a valid signal. The low is 130.82. Again, the same level. Here. And you see 1, 2, and here it's probably triggered. Now, we go here 2 pips, go a pullback of 2 pips, and here we have at the bottom here, that's about 3 points. Where in the Forex market, I pull my stop loss when I'm about 3 pips in the plus. Then I'll put my stop loss to break even. So at this moment, we have already the stop loss at break even. So probably you can do it a bit lower here. And then you can see, you can easily wait, what will the market do? Will it go further down? Or when you see like here, maybe will this become a bottom? Then you can say, okay, I'll take my profit. But that's a very comfortable feeling when your stop loss is at break even. Then you know you can't lose money. Some people find trading on a 1 minute chart a bit aggressive. It's also possible to trade Forex market on a 5 minute chart. As you see here on the top, you see the 5 minute charts from the euro dollar, British pound dollar, dollar yen, and the dollar Swiss franc. You can, in principle, you can trade every signal, but here on the bottom you see the 1 minute charts of the same pair. But what I don't use here, not the chart of the 1 minute, only the indicator. So in this case, we have here in the euro dollar now in the 5 minute, we have a sell signal. And then I look to the indicator. And at this moment, it confirms this one. So you can go short here. But sometimes, like here in the dollar yen, you see we had a buy signal on the 5 minute. And you see the indicator on the 1 minute here is a pullback. So that means that the momentum, the upside momentum, becomes less. So when you go into the market now, you take a big risk. So it's better to wait that this one confirms again here this trade. You see here it's confirmed in the dollar Swiss franc here. Here we have a long signal, and you see here the indicator is also here going up. It confirms this trade. So that's a way to time your trades a bit better. And everything what I do is trying to have as less risk as possible. What Robert already showed you in the beginning, I have in the last 2 years in my administration, I could see that the DAX is most profitable in 1 minute more than in a 5 minute chart. But when you go to the Forex market, it doesn't make so much difference whether you're trading in a 1 minute chart or a 5 minute chart. And then I prefer a 5 minute chart because it's less aggressive. You have a bit more time to look after what's happening in your chart. And the advantage is that when you're trading on a 5 minute chart, it's easier to do 1, 2, or 4, or maybe more pairs.
Okay, and Alois, how do you put in which stop loss and take profits you use for the 5 minutes
Yeah,
in Forex?
that's a bit different from the 1 minute in the Forex. You see here, this is 10 pips. Take profit, 10 pips stop loss, and the stop room is the same as in the 1 minute. So this is the double size from the 1 minute. That's
So 1 minute is 5 pips, and the 5 minutes is 10 pips.
yeah.
You give it a little bit more space.
Yeah. Because the higher your time frame, the wider the difference between your stop loss and your target profit has to be.
Interesting. Yeah, this is very nice overview with several forex pairs.
Yeah. When you what I most of the time do, that is deze, yeah. This one. You see here the same what I just showed you, the 1 minute DAX here and the upper side. Down here the M5 and the M15, and on the right side here, this is the pound dollar, but this big chart is the M5, so the 5 minute. And I have the 1 minute here, what I just showed you in the Forex pairs, and the 5 and the 50 minute. So when you trade two products on 1 minute, that's very heavy. 15 years ago, it was no problem for me, but at the moment, it's for me also a problem. So this is easier when you have one, for instance, the DAX on 1 minute, and you have in this case the British pound on 5 minutes. That you can do both at the same time normally. But when you start trading, don't try to do too much. Focus on one pair or only the DAX or one other. It doesn't matter what the S&P 500 or the Nasdaq, but focus on one thing and take every time your profit, because that gives you self-confidence. That is very important. And when you have your self-confidence, then you can increase your lot sizes. Are there any questions about this?
Maybe I will take a look. Are there some questions actually, guys, ladies? Maybe have some special requests for me or for Alois as well. No questions so far. No questions so far. It's good.
Okay, then can you go with the next chapter?
Yes. Who finds this interesting? Actually, this system. You can type in with yes or no what you like. Let's take a look if it's possible to type in something. Is it possible? That is this one. Yes, I think so. Yeah, Reed is typing something. I will round off a little bit with a small presentation, and after that, I would like to go into the depth and into reality again. Is it a program, U-Dragon MetaTrader? Yes, Ruth, this is a MetaTrader platform, MetaTrader 4, not MetaTrader 5, because MetaTrader 5, I think it's a different programming language, and MetaTrader 4 is being used by many millions of traders, and it is most widely used platform and offered free by CFD brokers. And also, every time you put orders in and out, you don't pay for that. I got many questions about cost of the orders, and the broker will make money on the bid and ask spread, not on the trades itself to put. So there are no fixed costs when you put an order in and out. At least not so far. I don't know. Okay. Yeah, I would like to go to a little bit few slides. If you think, okay, it's quite interesting to take a look at this program. Of course, there are many advantages of that because this is a kind of complementary program. If you're interested, you can take a look to the forum to type in your questions. You would like to have some demo, then it's possible. Yeah, the advantage of this M2W-TSS system, there's money to work trading support system. You only have to trade, if you wish, trade only a few hours per day. And we call it a kind of sniper trading, like a sniper. You're laying down in the field to take a look for the clean shot. And the trading system is applicable on every market. So whether you're trading gold, silver, oil, um, forex and platinum or whatever you name it, you can trade it. And there is a complementary trading strategy to long only strategies. So if you have a portfolio long only with shares, this is definitely an interesting system to take a look at because when you have shares in your portfolio, of course you can put a stop loss, but when the market crashes overnight 5%, then you're a little bit screwed because you cannot sell on time. And we also, the only thing what we guarantee is that the system is working in that sense that you have a guaranteed rest, a sleeping rest. And that means that if you don't take overnight positions, then you can go forward in the next morning with a clean sheet and you can be as objective as possible. Of course, um, the trading signals will be generated with buy and sell signals. Not every signal is valid or good, but in general, yeah, the system is stable and worked all the time as long as MT4 systems were running. You have also back cover of experienced traders like Alois and myself, and you have entrance to two WhatsApp groups. And one is for sharing trading experience with other traders, and also you have access to online support with M2W trading support system. Um, and if you have some questions about what Alois told about the buttons of how to put stop loss orders and what are the default settings, then you can ask it there. Yeah, what you get actually is a complete turnkey trading system, in which includes a one online coaching session with onboarding. I also onboarded this week several clients also in the morning. One guy was very enthusiastic. Tomorrow I will help him, and we always take care that you are like a pilot. Um, kind of student pilot who is sitting in the plane. We are next to you, sitting there. We are taxiing to the runway, and we are making sure that you're cleared for takeoff, that everything is set and go, and you get a yeah, complete system with, of course, the indicators, the templates, everything. And the practice teaches also that when someone is ready to go, after a while they say, okay, I would like to have a little bit more backup. Afterwards, we all also do a kind of after service, and we also help with onboarding and after onboarding with helping you with the loose ends in practice. As stated before, you have access to the two M2W TSS system WhatsApp groups. And of course, it has been accompanied by a manual, extensive manual, and also several trading documents to enhance and to improve your trading results. We have also broker recommendation. Normally, we are using Admiral Markets, which is, in my opinion, most stable and reliable CFD broker at this moment. You have a free help desk online and also free updates, and we help you whatever is possible and whatever it takes. The investment is one-off, 877.25 euros, including VAT actually, and you got a completely installed turnkey trading system, no hassle, and it's very easy to install and to use. So it's a one-off investment. There are no further costs, no vipers in the grass, no snakes. So if there's an upgrade or the technical guy says, I want to put the arrow, the blue buy arrow, I want to have a pink one, you don't pay for that. Also, if the system needs some upgrades, you get it as well. Um, Bottom line, we make trading easier for you. You only have to yeah, to pick up the system. And if you have some yeah, interesting questions, feel free to fill out the form I put in the chat. If you take this webinar offer before next Friday, before 24 hours, before midnight, then you get also the bonus unlimited internet coaching for a value of 750 euros. For more information, feel free to go to moneytowork.com. And is it working, the system? One of the students, traders, they say, okay, one experience of Ruben Ladon, he stated, I'm very happy with the system and I just earned money with it. Today I got also an extra text of him. He said, nice, today I was able to rake in 112 points of profits. So that is very nice to hear, of course, but you have to try it out yourself. And we are happily to give you more information with Zoom or with any desk, and we would like to demonstrate yourself the system of ourselves, the system. Feel free to inform, no strings attached. If you have a QR code scanner, feel free to scan the code, and you can go to our forum to ask for more questions. And I'm happy to take some questions at this moment. And if you would like to also, I can show you some trades. I would like to go to my own system actually. If you would like to, I can show you. Um, I'll take a look how I can share the screen. Can you stop share actually screening, Luis?
Even kijken, ja.
Yeah, if you stop that, then I can do myself, run an app, and I hope that I can show it to you. It's connecting application, and I'm showing now if I'm right at the application. It's true, huh? And now, as you can see, I'm short in the market. This is real life. I took home. I have now more than 18 points profit in the Nasdaq and 11 points in the DAX. And I have here 11 points. And what I can do, at least, and put, of course, the stop loss and to break even. That is the first thing I want to do, and a little bit lower. And the Nasdaq as well is 15.7 points. The red one, if you can take a look, is now the take profit. No, sorry, stop loss. I will move it now to the downside and conform the signals generated by Alois. While he was presenting, I was taking a look at the nice buying or selling opportunities, and here it is, a sell opportunity. We have here sell arrow confirmed by the MACD, and now we see there's a little bit hesitation. If I put on stop, I take the profit in, I rake the profit in, and the DAX is still moving 10 points. It's just for this live account demonstration. I cannot knit and talk together. I'm a man and not a woman. Women can do many things simultaneously, I think. But as you can see here, you see the red arrow again. It's 10 points. And yeah, you can see there is a green arrow, a green dot, bolletje. I don't have a bolletje. I don't want to have it. I can say, okay, I would like to take the profit as well, 10 points. And like a sniper, I'm going out of the market, and I'm good. Are there some questions so far? I would like to put the chat in the corner. Are there some recommendations for a kind of market? Do you have an interesting market to take a look at? Feel free to shoot some recommendations in. And if you would like to say one, okay, I would like to, for sake of the time as well, feel free to type in one market you would like to take a look at this moment, to take a look if it's working. Not everybody all together. On the left side, this is what I want to show you. The Control M, you get the markets, the tradable markets, and here you see on the top there is starting with euro dollar, onto the bottom that is the forex. We have some gold, silver, platinum, and palladium markets. Some indices like the DAX, also the AEX is there, which I'm not trading actually. I think it's a Mickey Mouse index, in my opinion, a little bit too slow. Yeah, I don't know why, but it's not my index. The nice thing is, if you are interested in commodities like crude oil, then you can also trade crude oil. I have that already, if I'm right. I already set a profile of WTI, I think. Here it is. And if you see well the chart there, we can also see the same. We adjusted the time frame a little bit because the time frame, which is for the big overview, the helicopter view is in this case a 1 hour chart. Here you see also the levels. The YL is a yesterday low, and the DA is daily open, the yellow one. And you see the pivot point was functioning first as a resistance area, and to the upside is the R1 is resistance 1. And you see also at around 1800, there was a peak almost touching the R1, not completely, but now it's in the middle of a trading range between the PP, the pivot point, and the R1. The trading time frame, that is in this case a 5 minutes, and the middle one is 15 minutes. And as you can see, we had a nice rally from around 40 is 39.90 towards 40.40, and this is interesting to see. And as well as the buy and sell arrows, what also explains Alois, you have a turning point from the low, and that is for instance here from 40 bucks. There we see also below there is a MACD turning from red into the plus into the green. The first arrow actually is here, confirmed actually also by the MACD. There you put the buy stop, and you could rake in more or less 30 cents, or even more than almost 1 point. And the thing is, if you are looking for what is crude oil here, then you go to the market. You have to take a look at the contract specs, and that is here. And if you with the mouse over, you see WTI is 100. So 1 barrel is 100. So one contract, so 30 cents maybe does not look that much, but it's 30 bucks, 30 euros, $30 you are raking in then. You could earn more than 100 bucks from that point from 40 to 41, more or less. So I hope that I could clarify a little bit, give you a little opportunity still to type in another question or market. And if not, I would like to conclude the presentation, this webinar, with some final thoughts. And if you have no questions anymore, then I would like to say goodbye to you. And thank you very much, of course, for your attention. I liked it very much to present that also in cooperation, of course, with Alois. And Alois, thank you very much, of course. Do you have maybe some thoughts or background thoughts or background information still as addition?
Yeah, always manage your risks very good. Huh? I say, always say, making money starts with managing your risk. That's very important. And be consequent in your trading.
And have confidence. And what also Alois stated before, start small with trading and step by step, when the results are increasing, um, the results are increasing, also helping improving your confidence. And with that, you can adjust your position size, increase it step by step. And when it's not going well, then you can always scale it back lower. Thank you very much, ladies and gents, for your attention. And yeah, if you have some questions, feel free um, to take contact with us via info at money-to-work.com or go to www.money-to-work.com, and feel free to contact us. And we wish you, of course, a very pleasant evening and, of course, good trading. Alois, thank you very much from my side as well, and for your very good and clear presentation.
Okay, thank you very much, Robert.
Okay, good evening. Bye bye.